Hey YouTube, welcome to Beauty in the Empty Nest. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I don't know how much of you have ever wondered about this. I always wonder how much of the eye brightening and the sculpting and the bronzing and all of that. There's one of my other dogs. That's Bailey. Anyway, how many of those really do help or make a difference? So what I decided to do today is do that half face approach. So right now on my face I just have foundation, and I'm gonna see if I can change the lighting a little bit better here. I just have foundation and my eyes done and a little bit of lipstick on, but I haven't done anything else. I haven't even powdered because I want to make sure that I get all the right things on before I do the powder. So hang with me if you want to go through this test with me, and you might even see animals going back and forth. I actually have the cats in a different room today, so we won't see them, but you probably will see my dogs coming in and out. So anyway, hang with me if you want to see that and see what you think as well too. Okay, so I am ready to start this process. Now, I'm going to probably go more out, and I think I'm going to use what would be, to me, my right side, your left side of viewing space as my experiment area. And then my other side right now will be left totally free, except I will apply just a little blush because, again, if you compared one side with some color and sculpting and brightening and highlighting to foundation face, I think it would just naturally probably not look good, or it might be boring and not, but I don't know, maybe. So anyway, when we get to the blush part, I will put a little blush on my other side as well too, just again, so it's not too stark of a look. But that is, I think, the only difference between maybe when I put my powder on. Here goes. So I'm going to start out, and I'm going to start out using some of the Becca highlighter. Okay, this one is the one in Opal. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and what I like to do, and I don't do this every day, I really don't, I'm kind of going to the longer extreme for right now. I like to put it onto a beauty blender. So I'm going to put it on the side over here because I like to also use my beauty blender for putting some powder on too. It's a slightly dampened one, so I'm going to put it on, again, your left viewing side, just a little bit. Yeah, the Bailey right now is whining in the background because she's playing with the other puppy, Riley, and they like to play hide and seek under the bed. And when the cat is involved, it's really interesting. So yeah, I love my animals. We have 2 dogs and 3 cats. The 2 dogs are both rescue dogs. One's a young puppy. Thought I might as well talk while I'm doing this, right? Okay, so that's that liquid highlighter, and we're going to layer the highlighters as well too. I mean, you obviously can see a little bit of that. Of course, it's always hard on video to capture some of this. So what I'll also try and do is at the end, do some filming either around the house or outside in the daylight. Okay, well, let's continue on. I'm going to do a little bit of brightening under my eye. And I'll show you what I have. That Pixie correcting color cream. I'm going to put that on first. And this is supposed to be more like a brightening color correcting. Again, I like to use a good old beauty blender. I don't use a lot, you saw I just kind of put the end right into the glass container, just get a little bit. Wow, it's so weird to just do one side. I do want to eventually do where you do half, no makeup, half without. So the power of makeup, I will eventually do that one too. Okay? Now, the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is start some, oh, I almost forgot. I'm going to use my 2 Naked Skin Naked Skin concealers. And I have one in light and one in medium neutral. Okay, so the light one I always put on a little bit first. And I really hate having my hair, I usually pull my hair back a little bit too. Okay. It's hard to do just one side of your face. You didn't realize how much you just kind of naturally move to the other sides as well too. And I add a little bit of the more neutral skin tone one in there too, just so it's not too heavy duty. I usually have to do a little bit around my nose too. That's just regular old concealer. And then of course I go back in with Beauty Blender to blend it all out. Okay. I usually have my hair still soaking wet from getting out of the shower when I do my makeup, so it's kind of weird for it to be flying in my face. If it gets too bad, I will go and get my headband. Okay. So, noticing any difference yet? So one of my questions also is, does this make a difference, and is it really worth it to do? Do you save it for special occasions, or is it one of those things that just makes you feel better? And I'm all for that too. I mean, part of my love for putting on makeup is it just helps me build up and get ready for my day or an event that I'm going to. Wild dogs back there. They love each other. They are inseparable. Okay, I'm back. It was probably getting a little too distracting with the wild animals in the background. All right, before I put on my other face powder that I'm going to put on all over my face, I'm going to use some of the Bessame powder, the brightening powder in, I have it in the lavender. And oh, there's a little bit left on there. I might be able to get away with what's on there, but let me see. No, it doesn't. So this, if you're not familiar with it, opens up. There's the powder right there. I can hear in the background Riley trying to get back in. Bailey won't try, but okay. I've just got one of the Real Techniques brushes. I also like to do this with a beauty blender, especially the micro beauty blenders, but I forgot to bring my micro with me. And again, this is supposed to be a brightening powder. I really do like it. I'm putting it on a little more heavily than I normally would right now, just because, again, I want to see. Does it do anything? Okay, is it looking better yet? I'm just kidding. All right, so I think we are done with that kind of stuff. So now what I want to start moving into, well, actually, let's go ahead and do my full face powder, because I have not put any kind of powder over my foundation yet, and I typically need to. I'm using the Mercier Translucent, which I really, really like, and an Echo Techniques brush. A lot of times I like to actually apply this more that cooking method, again, with the beauty blender, but I just want to use. Again, like I said, I'm going to do it over my whole face because it's only fair. That's typically what I would do. My foundation I'm wearing today is the Matte Velvet, Makeup Forever Matte Velvet, and I'll put down links to them, and it's also the color because I don't remember the color offhand. I found it in the back of my stash and decided that, you know, I should start wearing this again. And it had never reached the caliber of a holy grail one for me. But I have to say, I'm really liking it again. So it might eventually do that. You know how sometimes you try something and then you're not as, it's okay, but then when you go back to it again that you like it. All right, contour. I'm going to use my Anastasia contour kit, which honestly, I really don't know if I like this kit. I'm really seriously thinking about trading it with someone or doing one of those online kind of things, because I'm just, I don't know, I don't know. Okay, so I am going to use this one right here. And I'm using, I've got way too much of that. I think this is also an Echo Tools brush. I really like this for more of a contouring because it really does, well, you'll see hopefully. I tap it in usually. So you can see the heaviness already, right? One side, the other side. Now, one thing I have noticed is with this brush, sometimes I have to be careful. I can tap it in, but when I go to actually spread and try and blend a little bit, I have to be careful because the bristles are really dense, so I have to do it for a light touch. I can't dig in. Okay, differences yet? I'm actually starting to see a difference in my mirror, but again, I know sometimes that's not always captured based on lighting, based on just the camera. Oh, if I can get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to start looking into a new camera. I'm excited about it. Maybe you would be excited too. Okay, now I want to start using a little bit of a bronzer as well too. And I just got this one brand new product. I haven't used it yet. I really want to use it. I really shouldn't do it right now though. I really shouldn't, because I need to stick to what I know I would typically have used, but oh, I can't wait to try it. Mr. UPS guy just dropped it off this morning. Okay, for my bronzer, I'm going to use Nars, can't tell from looking at that, Nars Laguna. I have it in the dual pack with also the Orgasm blush, which I go back and forth on whether I like or not. And same with the Nars Laguna. I go back and forth on whether I like it or not. Okay, now I'm actually using a lot of cheap brushes, but they're good, cheap brush. An e.l.f. complexion brush. Just get that in there. I like this one because you can control, look at the mirror, how much you're applying, but it also does a nice job of spreading stuff, distributing, probably not spreading, distributing. Okay, now lift up the bangs. Again, I usually have a headband on when I'm doing this. And you probably won't even see this side anyway because my bangs cover the side. Which, you know, I never thought about before. I could actually, if I'm wearing my bangs down or this wisps, whatever these things are called, over my face, I really don't have to bronze on that side. Hey, I'd be saving product, right? Okay, now I like this It Cosmetics brush. I like to go back with this. That's just the dogs playing with bones. They like to drop them on the wood floor. And I like to use this just to blend it all out next. Okay, next I'm going to do my blush. And let's see. I have this sample of the Tarte Glisten. It also has the Park Avenue Princess bronzer, which I also really do like, but I haven't used it enough to say this is what I would use. So but I really like this Glisten, but I'm probably going to be purchasing this soon. Because it's really pretty, and I'm not always into a peachy, corally kind of color, which is the Nars Orgasm hasn't always been my favorite. I like it, but it's not like, you know, the one I go to. But this one is really pretty. So anyway, I'm going to use a little more on that sample. And again, remember I said that this time I would put it on both sides too. Oh, I am using, for this, a Morphe F18 brush. F10 brush. F10 brush. I can see it better in the camera than I can see it right in front of me. One more. Oh, I know you're not supposed to blow on them like that, but I don't have I usually keep a little washcloth, like an old kind of washcloth on my lap to wipe my brushes on, and I didn't have that with me, so. Okay. Not that I feel like totally blocking you, but. Okay, next I'm going to take my next layering of highlighter, and again I decided to use one that's more stark than maybe more gentle one. I really love the Laura Mercier Baked Radiance one, but I'm going to go with Mary Lou because we know that that's going to have a real bang to it. I like to apply this with different brushes. I like using my fan brush. A Sony Kashuk fan brush. This is fan brush, and I also like to use this stippling one by e.l.f. So I think I'm going to use the stippling one. Okay. Now I have to be really careful when I apply mine highlighter because I don't want it getting anywhere drifting near my eyes. I have just too many fine lines there, and oh, that could be a disaster. So I also tend to look for highlighters that don't have that powdery quality, that they make that little dust cloud that you don't even realize is there, because the next thing you know, it's drifted. Okay, I feel like I am sufficiently highlighted on that area. Okay, now I'm going to go back, and there were two little things that sometimes I do with my eyes, again, to brighten and to highlight. And one of my favorite things lately has been this Milani brow and eye stick, and it's got a matte side for on top of the eyebrow, and it has sorry, I'm trying to read it, and it has a more glistening, glowy, shimmery quality. So here's the matte one. I'm just going to put it, move the hair. Oh, did that look really like dramatic there on the top? So again, this is the matte one. Again, sorry if you can hear that dog barking. She really is fine. She's still I guess she's probably about 10 and a half, 11 months old, so she gets a little bit whiny, but she was just outside. She is fine. She's probably barking at one of the cats. They actually all get along really well. Okay, sorry. Now I'm going to be going with high glow side. And I'm going to do that under my eyebrow. And I always feel like these do a really nice job. And they're easy to blend out after you apply them. Okay. I know that there was one more thing. Yes, there is one more thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to take one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes, and I'm going to use the very light color up top here, which is called Heaven from the Day part, and I'm going to put a little bit of inner corner eye kind of stuff for our technical term. And I don't always really, that sounds funny. Again, I don't really always do this, even when I'm just, because this is such a quick and simple step. But I'm going to be interested to see. Maybe it's something I should make sure I do. Okay. All right, I think that was the end of what I have done for the highlighting. All right, so again, knowing this is camera, but here's the side with just blush. Okay, I'm going to slowly turn. And here's the wowed up, brightened, highlighted, pop out, whatever side. So do you notice a difference? I'll move in close. Oh, this is tough moving in this close. Don't hate me for all these wrinkles and these fine lines. That is very up close and personal. So anyway, do you notice a difference? Is it worth the extra product, the extra prep time? Is this something that you see? Again, I tried to make sure I use more powerful products that still should work on my skin. So let me know, okay? This is the glamour high contour side. This side over here is just simple blush, you saw. Okay, well, I'm interested to hear your feedback, and let me know if you want more of these kind of videos. We can try all different kinds of things, even from eye makeup, from lipstick, from, oh, you can think of a whole bunch, and let me know what you think too. Again, as always, thank you for all your support. I'm really excited about building this community so we can share things, we can discuss things, and just, again, enjoy makeup products, beauty, and healthy and positive living. So please subscribe so that you keep, please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up so that, again, it helps me know that I'm doing what you want and what's really meaningful to you. And please subscribe so that, again, we build that community. And that way, the minute I upload a video, it's going to be there. I'm not on a real consistent schedule right now because I'm just trying to really build a good library of videos for all of you. So at some point, though, I will get into a thing where I'll tell you it's this day and this day that I'm uploading videos. But right now, I'm just trying to pump out a whole bunch so that we can get a lot built there so you can see a lot of different sides and different types of videos. So again, let's shorten back there. Let me know. What do you think? The highlighted side or the side, I should go, the side with just the blush or the more highlighted sculpted side? I look forward to hearing all of your comments. I guess I'll really be reading your comments. And until next time,